Have you ever tried filming yourself only to realise that the tree behind you was in focus and you were out of focus the whole time? Well, I have, and filming solo is not easy to do. When I started shooting video by myself, I spent more time fixing bad shots than I did actually shooting content. And I didn't have a crew, I just had me and a camera and a hell of a lot of trial and error. So today I'm going to show you 7 ways to film yourself that will instantly level up your solo shooting game. G'day friends, if you don't know me, my name is Brett and I teach beginners to level up their photo and video photography. I've been running a real estate photography business for over 10 years and I've had a camera in my hand most of my adult life. But enough of that stuff, let's get into the first tip I've got for you, which is a tripod. A tripod is reliable, it's steady, you just lock it in, set your shot and you're good to go, which is pretty much what I'm doing right now. And it's perfect for talking headshots, tutorials, or anything where the camera doesn't actually have to have any movement. But if a camera and a tripod is all you have, I'll show exactly how to create dynamic shots later on in the video. And the good thing about tripod shots and cameras nowadays is that most cameras have facial recognition like this one, so it keeps your face in focus the whole time you're talking. But what if you need to move around a bit more or you're walking in and out of frame? Well, in that case, I'll use one of these, which is a monopod. And a monopod is great for when you want to actually have some stability, but you don't want to carry around a full tripod. I use mine a lot for low angle B-roll or quick setups where I can just land it against a tree or a post or something and do my shot. It's simple and it's quick and it's surprisingly versatile, and the bonus is you can put like an Insta360 on the end of it or something like that and get really amazing shots. And when it's fully extended, it's great for walking and talking because you can just extend it out, have the camera pointing back at your face and you can do a walk and talk. Don't need that extra person. But don't worry, I'll put links to all the gear that I mentioned in this video in the description so you can check it out for yourself if you want to. Next up is the Potensic Atom 2. This is my little aerial camera buddy. I use it when I want to get those cinematic follow shots from above, like this shot here. It has a bunch of features like tracking modes and follow modes. And once it's locked onto you, you can use it for when you're running or walking or if you're on a bike, for instance. It's super lightweight and it's perfect for solo outdoor shoots. And the fact that it has quick shots and shoots in 4K and all those kind of things, it's really cheap for the price tag, which is around $400. But what if you don't want to spend additional money, I hear you ask, and you just want to use the gear that you actually have? A ranger just came past, so I'm not sure what they're doing, but I'm allowed to be here, so it's all good. Well, as you can see, we're back in the studio because the ranger did come and he shuffled me along. Apparently being in a public park and about, I don't know, half a kilometre away from the nearest person in the shade with nothing but grass between me and the next person was a problem for the ranger, so he said that I had to go even though it was a public park. So here we are. So let's continue on. Let's talk about the next one, which is creative camera placement. And I usually use a small camera for this one. You can use a GoPro or a DJI action cam, but I use an Insta360 Ace Pro 2. This is a great little thing, and I put that in weird and strange places. You can put this on a rock, under a tree, or hang it from a tree if you want, or even under a car just to get a fresh, unique angle. And this camera is rugged and compact and versatile, but you can do this with any camera really. If you want to use a DSLR, you can, just have to be careful about where you put it. And when you use these cameras in places like this, it makes your videos have more visual interest and gives them more personality. Just make sure that your camera is mounted securely because no one wants to pick up their camera from the bottom of a lake or in a ravine somewhere. I also like to use one of these, which is a really cool thing. So you put your camera on this end, but they bend into any shape, which means you can hang it from a tree branch or wrap it around a pole. They're very, very handy to have. And the bonus of this particular grippy thing, I don't even know what this is called really. It's a grippy, bendy thing. Pipe cleanery, rubbery. It's very rubbery, but it's a pipe cleaner camera hook thing. The bonus of it is that you can put this in places you couldn't normally put a camera. And before we go any further, I want to quickly mention something that I've created that would help you level up your photography and video skills. I've created a cheat sheet book that covers 14 different styles of photography. It tells you exactly what camera settings to use when you're shooting that type of photography. And I cover landscape photography, underwater photography, car photography, long exposure photography, portraiture, real estate, everything. I even showcase which are the best lenses to use for these types of photography. For instance, if you're doing sports photography, you would have a zoom lens, for instance. You could think of the cheat sheet book as your own personal photography toolkit. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get back to it. Now, if you have a little bit more money to spend, you can get yourself one of these, which is a DJI Osmo Pocket 3. It's got a gimbal on top, You can shoot in horizontal and vertical mode, and it obviously shoots in 4K and does 120 frames slow motion. But one of the features I really like about it is its tracking mode. You can put it down on a rock or on a post, set tracking mode, and it will follow you. The gimbal will actually follow you around. So if you want to walk in and out of frame, the gimbal will follow you doing that. Now normally you would just put a tripod there, do a shot, move the tripod, do another shot, move the tripod, do another shot. This can give you 3 shots in one, and it's a very, very handy tool to have. And the footage that comes out of this thing is second to none. I'm so impressed by how good the footage is that comes out of the Osmo Pocket 3. I use the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 a lot in business, but when I want to do solo shoots, I use it for walking and talking, and just when I want to move around and make the shot more dynamic. All these devices are great, but what happens when you want something to follow you? Now, if you've got the Osmo Pocket 3, it tracks you. You can hold it in front of you and walk and talk, but what happens if you want something that follows you around like your own personal cameraman? And this is where this thing comes in. This is the DJI Neo drone. It doesn't use a controller. It shoots in 4K, and you've got a whole bunch of quick shot modes, like you can do dronies, you can do circle arounds, you can do orbit shots. There's a whole bunch of features you can use with this thing, but there is tracking and there is follow mode. I like the fact that you just turn it on, you press the little button on top here.
Drone, circle, rocket, spotlight, direction track, follow.
And then it just follows you around and tracks you. And the cool thing is, when you want to land it, you just walk up behind it and put your hand underneath it, and it'll land on the palm of your hand. No controller, nothing. And $200. You can't go wrong with something like that. Keep in mind, it doesn't have obstacle avoidance, so if you walk into a tree, it will follow you walking into a tree. So just watch where you're going to use it, but it is very lightweight. It has propeller guards on it and very versatile. Like, you can get in really tight spots, as you can see from this shot that I used just before. But what if you're starting out and you have one camera, one tripod, that's it? Well, when I want to add movement to a static shot, I use software called DaVinci Resolve, which is editing software. And just with the software itself, you can do a digital zoom like this, which we're doing right now. You can see the digital zoom I'm doing. Or you can do a crop in, which is this. Or you can do pans left and right. Or if you're shooting in 4K and you want to deliver in 1080p, you've got all these extra footage you can use. You can literally move left and right, in and out, without actually affecting the quality of your image or footage. And it's a great trick when you're editing solo, and if you combine this with some of the other features like clever camera placement, you can use your DSLR, put in clever spots. It'll take you a little bit longer to film it, but you'll get the job done. And you can make your footage and videos look very, very good. So whether you've got a full gear bag or you're just starting out with one tripod and one camera, you can still get really professional looking footage. You just have to be a little bit creative with it. The more creative you are, the better it will look. Now, if you want to level up the type of shots you're doing, give this video here a look, where I cover 7 simple rules that will take your footage from here to here. It's really worth a look. I'll see you over there. Thank you.